Hello friends. Welcome to Study Time. Today current affairs for competitive exams 2021. John McAfee passes away. John McAfee, who created the antivirus software McAfee, was found dead in a Barcelona cell in June 2021. McAfee, who founded the McAfee Associates in 1987, was a programmer at NASA's Institute for Space Studies in New York City from 1968 to 1970. The antivirus software which was created by him was quite popular in the 1980s and the 1990s. However, in 2010 he sold McAfee to Intel. Finance Minister addresses a roundtable. The Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman participated in the Global Investors Roundtable organized by the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum (USISPF) on the 24th of June 2021. The US-India Strategic Partnership Forum (USISPF) is a non-profit organization with the primary objective of strengthening the India-US bilateral and strategic partnership. 6th Anniversary of Smart Cities Mission. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs organized an online event on the 25th of June 2021 to commemorate 6 years of the launch of 3 transformative urban missions. The missions are Smart Cities Mission (SCM) Amrut and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban (PMAYU), which were launched by PM Modi on the 25th of June 2015. The date also marks 45 years of establishment of the National Institute of Urban Affairs. Archie develops cost-effective catalysts. International Advanced Research Center for Powder Metallurgy and New Materials (ARCHI) has developed a cost-effective electric catalyst by anchoring transition metal ions into the sulfur-doped carbon framework. It has been done through carbonization of a polymer called speaked sulfonated polyether ether ketone. The catalyst also leads to reduced voltage polarization. 18th meeting of the MSDC held. Union Minister of State for Port, Shipping and Waterways Mansukh Mandaviya chaired the 18th meeting of the Maritime State Development Council (MSDC) on the 24th of June 2021. The objective of the MSDC is to develop a national plan for the development of the maritime sector. The key items discussed during the meeting are the Indian Port Bill 2021, National Maritime Heritage Museum, NMHC, etc. Niti Aayog convenes a national convention. Niti Aayog convened the National Convention on Prevention of Maternal, Adolescent, and Childhood Obesity on the 25th of June 2021. It was held under the chairmanship of Dr. K. Paul, Member Health Niti Aayog and co-chairmanship of Dr. Hemalata, Director, Nutrition Institute of India. Representatives from UN bodies presented their evidence regarding the increasing prevalence of obesity. Reedbird picks up 15% stake in Rajasthan Royals. Investment firm Reedbird Capital Partners has acquired a 15% stake in the IPL franchise Rajasthan Royals. However, the deal amount has not been disclosed. Emerging Media owns a majority stake in the IPL team which won the inaugural edition in 2008. Emerging Media will increase its ownership from 51% to 65%. IIT Delhi set to introduce a program. IIT Delhi is starting a Master of Public Policy (MPP) postgraduate program from the upcoming academic session 2021-22. It will focus on science, technology, and innovation (STI) and development. The course will be offered by the School of Public Policy (SPP). The objective of this new program is to provide interdisciplinary training to students from diverse backgrounds. SBI launches new business loan scheme. State Bank of India (SBI) has launched a new healthcare business loan Arogyam. The new loan product is specially designed to support the healthcare ecosystem of the country. Under this scheme, the new loans can be availed by way of term loan, cash credit, bank guarantee, or letter of credit. The loan amount under Arogyam ranges from a minimum sum of 10 lakh rupees to a maximum of 100 crore rupees. RBI issues eligibility criteria for NBFCs. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has put in place certain conditions for non-banking financial companies (NBFCs) to pay dividends to shareholders from the financial year ending the 31st of March 2022. A non-bank financier must report a net NPA ratio of less than 6% in each of the last 3 years, including as at the close of the financial year for which dividend is proposed. Kala Nidhi 2021 to be held from June 25 to 27. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister Dr. C.N. Narayana and Bengaluru South Member of Parliament Tejasvi Surya have come together to organize Kalanidhi 2021. It is a fundraiser concert by artists for their fellow artists facing pandemic-induced hardships. It will be held from the 25th to the 27th of June 2021. Top classical musicians like Vidya Bhushana and Anur Ananta Krishna Sharma will perform. Online hate speech to be a crime, Canada. Canada's Liberal government has unveiled plans to make online hate speech a crime, although the proposed legislation excludes social media platforms for now. The proposed amendments would make it easier for people to launch complaints against individuals who publish on the internet, including on social media, on personal websites, and in blog posts as well as operators of websites. Nitin Gadkari inaugurates road projects. Union Minister for Road, Transport, and Highways Nitin Gadkari inaugurated several road projects in the Kalu district of Himachal Pradesh, on the 24th of June 2021. He informed that within the next 2 years the travelling distance between Delhi to Kalu would be reduced to 7 hours. Road projects worth 2,000 crore rupees have been completed in the state and work is in progress on projects worth 7,000 crore rupees. Government to amend Apprenticeship Act. The Union Government is ready to amend the Apprenticeship Act in the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament to expand its scope, provide inbuilt flexibility, and allow companies to hire more apprentices. The Act will allow small and micro companies to hire jointly and deploy apprentices on a sharing basis. It may formally allow employers to take up to 15% staff strength as apprentices. Delhi government launches a portal. The Delhi government has developed a portal through which families of COVID-19 victims will apply for Mukhyamantri COVID-19 Parivar Arthik Sahayata Yojana to avail financial assistance. Under the scheme, an ex gratia of 50,000 rupees will be provided to those who have lost a family member to coronavirus. An additional 2,500 rupees pension per month will be given if the deceased was the sole earner. India's first IAC will be commissioned in 2022. India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, IAC, will be commissioned in 2022. The carrier will be called INS Vikrant on commissioning. This was announced by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh when he visited the IAC being built at Kochi Shipyard Limited in Kochi. Singh reviewed Project Seabird at Karwar, which will be the largest naval base of the Indian Navy in the future. Snana Yatra of Lord Jagannath begins at Puri. The famous Snana Yatra of Lord Jagannath began in Puri on the 24th of June 2021. This is the first occasion in the year as per the Hindu calendar when the deities Jagannath, Balabhadra, Subhadra, Sudarshan, and Madan Mohan are brought out from the Jagannath temple and taken in a procession to the Snana Mandap inside the temple premises. They are ceremonially bathed in 108 pots of purified water. Andy Murray selected for Tokyo Games. Two-time defending champion Andy Murray has been selected for Great Britain's tennis team at the Tokyo Games. He will play in the men's singles alongside Dan Evans and team up with Joe Salisbury in the doubles. Heather Watson and Joanna Konta will compete in the women's singles. The games will be held from the 23rd of July to the 8th of August 2021 in Japan. Longest recorded case of COVID infection. A 72-year-old British man tested positive for coronavirus for 10 months, the longest recorded case of continuous infection. Dave Smith, a retired driving instructor from Bristol in Western England, tested positive 43 times and was hospitalized 7 times. A paper on his case will be presented at the European Congress of Clinical Microbiology and Infectious Diseases. Birth anniversary of Sant Kabir Das. Kabir Das Jayanti was observed on the 24th of June 2021. Sant Kabir Das was a famous 15th century poet, saint, and social reformer of India. Kabir Das' writings had a great influence on the Bhakti movement and includes titles like Kabir Granthwali, Anurag Sagar, Bijak, and Sakhi Granth. The major part of his work was collected by the 5th Sikh Guru Guru Arjan Dev. TB Mukt Bharat meeting held virtually. Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan chaired a tuberculosis TB Mukt Bharat meeting with various development partners of the ministry through video conference on the 24th of June 2021. It was the fourth meeting chaired by the Health Minister for reviewing the progress in the fight against TB. India aims to eradicate TB by the year 2025. World Health, IP, trade bodies launch platform. Heads of the global health, intellectual property, and trade bodies have announced a joint platform to help countries bridge the gaps in accessing COVID-19 vaccines, treatments, and technologies. World Health Organization S. Tedros Ghebreyesus, World Intellectual Property Organization S. Darren Tang, and World Trade Organization S. Nozi Okonjo-Iweala have come up together for the same. Orissa to launch PCV on the 30th of June. The Orissa government will launch pneumococcal conjugate vaccine PCV under the Universal Immunization Program on the 30th of June 2021. It will benefit nearly 8 lakh young children in the state annually and will help reduce the risk of morbidity and mortality due to pneumonia and meningitis. Meanwhile, about 282,000 beneficiaries have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in about 1,400 sites. Saurabh Chaudhary bags bronze medal. In shooting, world number 2 Saurabh Chaudhary won a bronze medal at the ISSF World Cup at Osijek, Croatia in the men's 10-meter air pistol event on the 24th of June 2021. Saurabh scored 220 in the 8-man finals after qualifying with a score of 581. Iran's Javad Farafi claimed gold, his second in successive ISSF World Cups, while the season 3-time Olympian Damir Mikhail of Serbia won silver. EAMS Jayashankar to visit Greece and Italy. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jayashankar will leave on a visit to Greece and Italy on the 25th of June 2021. During the 2-day visit to Greece, Dr. Jayashankar will meet his counterpart. This is the first visit at the External Affairs Minister level since 2003. After Greece, the minister will travel to Italy to attend the G20 ministerial meetings. IFSCA constitutes a committee. International Financial Services Centers Authority (IFSCA) has constituted a committee to examine global best practices in ship financing and leasing. This committee will also identify opportunities and devise a roadmap to enable such activities. The committee will be chaired by former senior economic advisor, Vandana Agarwal. Tata Motors CEO to step down. Tata Motors Managing Director and CEO Gwenter Buchek will step down from his role from June 30, 2021, but will continue to serve as a consultant to the company till the end of FY22. Girish Wagh is being appointed as the Executive Director to the Board of Tata Motors from July 1, 2021. Wagh is the President of the Commercial Vehicles Division. Proposal of AAHL approved by Maharashtra. The Maharashtra Cabinet has approved a proposal to allow Adani Airport Holdings Limited (AAHL) to operate the Navi Mumbai International Airport that is coming up in Panvel. Earlier, the Greenfield project was to be developed by GVK Airport Developers Limited (GVKADL). In 2020, the Adani Group had taken control of the Mumbai Airport and the proposed Navi Mumbai Airport through AAHL. NSA Ajit Doval attends SCO meet in Dushanbe. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval attended a meeting of the top security officials from the member nations of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) in Dushanbe on the 23rd of June 2021. Tajikistan, the current president of the SCO, hosted the meeting of the top national security officials of the 8-nation grouping. Pakistani National Security Advisor Meed Yusuf also participated. India signs $32 million loan with World Bank. The Government of India, the Government of Mizoram, and the World Bank have signed a $32 million Mizoram Health System Strengthening Project. It will improve the management capacity and quality of health services in Mizoram, particularly for the benefit of underserved areas and vulnerable groups. A key focus will be to strengthen the effectiveness of the state health insurance program. Benigno Aquino passes away. Former Philippine President Benigno Aquino III passed away in June 2021. Aquino, known popularly as Nonoy and PNOY, led the Philippines from 2010 to 2016. It was during Aquino's administration that Manila took on China and filed a case before the International Court of Arbitration in The Hague over the maritime dispute in the South China Sea. Orissa Gov joins hands with UNWFP. The government of Orissa and the United Nations World Food Programme (WFP) have signed an agreement. They will work together to improve household food and nutritional security by strengthening livelihood initiatives, reaching thousands of state-supported women's self-help groups (WSHGs). The partnership will be in effect till December 2023. New Zealand crowned World Test Champions. New Zealand has become ICC World Test champions after beating India. They defeated India by 8 wickets in Southampton on the 23rd of June 2021. This is their first ever ICC title. Kyle Jamieson, NZ, has been adjudged as the player of the match, while Kane Williamson, NZ, is the player of the series. Kochi Airport wins an honor. The Kochi International Airport Ltd has won the Airport Council International's ACI Director General's Role of Excellence honor for airport service quality. The ACI, a global body of airport operators, established the recognition for those airports which, in the opinion of the passengers, have consistently delivered excellent services in the Airport Service Quality Survey. Denmark signs a framework agreement. Denmark has signed the framework agreement of the International Solar Alliance Framework Agreement (ISA-FA) and instrument of ratification with India. Meanwhile, Denmark becomes the first country to ratify International Solar Alliance Framework Agreement (ISA-FA) after amendments to it entered into force on January 8, 2021. ISA is an alliance of over 120 countries initiated by India. Transgender Protection Cell in Rajasthan. To protect the rights of the transgender community, the Rajasthan government has decided to constitute a transgender protection cell in the state. The cell will work for the prevention and monitoring of crimes against transgenders by ensuring timely registration of cases. The Supreme Court, in 2014, had recognized the transgender community as the third gender. Online complaint service for women in Kerala. Kerala CM Pinarayi Vijayan has announced that from now on, an online complaint registration portal named Aparajita will resolve cyber crimes against women. Complaints on offences against women, including domestic abuse, also can be submitted there. A nodal officer has also been assigned to investigate and resolve complaints regarding dowry. Karnam Malleshwari, first VC of Delhi Sports Aniv. The Delhi government has appointed Olympic medalist Karnam Malleshwari as the first Vice-Chancellor of Delhi Sports University. Malleshwari is the first Indian woman weightlifter to bring home an Olympic medal. She created history at the Sydney Olympics in 2000 by lifting 110 kilograms and 130 kilograms in the snatch and clean and jerk categories. Yazir Al-Rumayan joins Reliance Industries. Yazir Al-Rumayan has been inducted into the board of Reliance Industries Ltd as an independent director. He is the Saudi Aramco chairman and governor of the Kingdom's Wealth Fund Public Investment Fund. Of the 14 members on the RIL board, half are independent directors, including former SBI chair Arundhati Bhattacharya and former McKinsey India chief Adil Zanulbhai. Rajasthan all set to get its fourth tiger reserve. Rajasthan is all set to get its fourth tiger reserve in Bundi. The state government has received approval for it from the National Tiger Conservation Authority (NTCA). The NTCA's technical committee has approved the proposal for converting Ramgarh Vishdhari Sanctuary in Bundi, which is spread across 1071 square km, into a tiger reserve. International Day of the Seafarer, the 25th of June. International Day of the Seafarer is observed every year on the 25th of June. In 2010, the International Maritime Organization (IMO) decided to designate June 25th as the International Day of the Seafarer. The purpose of the day is to give thanks to seafarers for their contribution to the world economy. The theme for the year 2021 is Seafarers, at the core of shipping's future. The end. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.